Start it up. I see the fact that it's stuck in my computer. Let's try something. This is the last thing we can really do. Upscaler balanced. Okay, so hopefully that works. It might take too much RAM. I think I know what the issue might be. What I read on the stats. Alright, let's bring chat up real quick. Again. Holy crap. I'm proved though because this game is really good. Yeah. No, I could play it. I could play it on my own. It was doing fine on. If I didn't have OBS in the middle of it, it would be doing fine on its own. I tried it without it. Well, I didn't try it. Like, I didn't go do a skirmish match and come back and start the stream. But but I did, like, move the camera around and look at it. Like, it's OBS, but it's also, it's not OBS directly. It's like I said, it's my computer, and I know... Oh, there's a spider in there. Oh, he's boned. I just realized there's a stink bug stuck in the web. Anyways, side note. Okay, so I turned the upscaler on and dropped it down to balanced, hoping that maybe that'll do something. If we can't do it, then before we're gonna start, I'm gonna say what it is, just in case we don't make it. You know what, I'm gonna even go even further. I'm gonna go performance. Go full performance. Okay, so before I try to start the skirmish again, if it's gonna boot me out, I've run out of RAM. Is what's happened. And I said this when I first started, most games are already at native, like 30, what was it, 30, 38, 40, 2160. It's now like drawn, even going down to 10, like 1080p basically, the older resolution has basically still keeping the same RAM, and it's probably because of how much is rendered on the screen, I assume, and how detailed this game actually is, because it does look amazing. Like, the game itself is brilliant. There's nothing wrong with the game. This is not on the game whatsoever. This is on me and my rig. But if it doesn't start, then I have bad news, that it just means I've reached the limit of just OBS plus this game. OBS can't take the RAM it needs to stream. That's what's happening. There's not enough RAM left for OBS to function properly. So it keeps... So when a high jank happens or some sort of change happens on the screen massively, it drives up that VRAM usage. So I've probably reached the apex of the fact that OBS needs a certain amount left over in the reserve that you always have. Yeah, it's ran out of that, clearly. But I guess it's not to be surprised at. Fantasy grass outlasted normal grass in the power creep. That makes me sad, but also happy. Because fantasy grass is a great character. But a pain in the ass to train. Like a certain somebody. At this point, I'm convinced Grass Wonder is the mother, and if it was me, that was the dad. That would make sense why Top Gun is absolutely a pain in the butt. But let's try this. Because Grass is just... She's the other character. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna never get past C+ right now. But, alright, chat. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. Prayers, everybody. Hope that my computer hasn't run out of RAM. Because if it has, then... This will have to be a stream for when... I like to say it at this point when I return, as I would say, because once I start making some money I can actually store up and make on a regular basis, I will revisit and reset everything back up as it is. We'll start probably only with console for a while, in the first steps once everything's back in order. But once again, we'll talk more about the fullness of what that is Thursday, on the vlog. So, but let's try this again. Come on. Come on. Top Gun survived the... Yes, I figured she would. She's just too good not to. And probably all her versions are above the power creep. Which shows how good of a character she is. I don't like that thing at the bottom left is taking
Commander,
a second. Alright, we're in here. It does look pretty terrible, but...
We will begin training with the Battle
That's the other
Management
issue.
System, BMS, to prepare you for
Look
leading
out.
our forces to victory. Every engagement begins with the
Am I on a
deployment
PS1
phase,
game?
the stage of preparation. But before we move on to force deployment, you'll first become familiar with the battlefield observation systems and camera controls. To move the camera, use the WASD keys.
Ooh, my move camera.
Rotate the camera by holding the middle mouse button and moving the mouse. To zoom in or out, use the mouse scroll wheel or press Q or E.
Oh no. It was a huge jump right there. Uh-oh.
To purchase a
Oh,
unit,
good.
you must first select a deployment zone, either by clicking it on the battlefield or by using the icon in the top left corner of the screen.
Oh. Let's see. Ah, I see. Okay, well I'm gonna click that.
Now let's start deploying units. Command has assigned you 2 infantry squads, transported in a KTO Rosomark, and supplies points required to deploy them.
Well,
To deploy a unit, click the corresponding button in the deployment UI, then select a point on the map. You can only deploy units inside the blue lines, which mark the sectors controlled by your forces.
clearly. Oh, okay. Do I drag both? And how do I get both? It didn't say, it didn't give me that tip. How do you get both? Because in Call to Arms, you can just deploy them in the APC and they'll get off once the APC reaches its destination. I tell it to. Tournament that was kicked off a close by February. Well, that sounds about right. Click the small one, then the infantry to deploy both. So click the small one. Okay. I guess it's deployed. We'll see, I guess. I click the small one. Oh boy. It jumps a lot when you get to a certain degree. Well, we need to pick them, get them on the road, so they're heading up there. Let's do right here.
Unit ready.
Wait, that didn't deploy both. They now have to get in. They're not. What?
Infantry
What
units
is
can
what?
be deployed directly inside a transport vehicle.
Yeah, how?
To do this, first click the Combined Unit button, Then select the infantry unit.
That's what I did! Why did that not work? Maybe it forced me not to do it.
Unit ready.
Well, now one
that
of them
our
has
units
to
are
jump
deployed,
inside.
We can reposition them within
Th-
our controlled sectors.
Thanks, tutorial.
To do this, select a unit and right-click on the target location on the map.
Hold on.
Move
First,
any of your units to point Alpha.
Hold on. Get...
Przyjąłem.
There we go. Okay, move any units to... Alright, so can we select both?
Gotowi do akcji.
There.
Przemieszczam się.
Excellent work, Commander. Let's conclude the deployment phase. To proceed, press the spacebar or click Start Battle.
So it's spacebar or start battle. I'd rather click start battle. It depends on if spacebar does anything. I'll know what our
The
first tank
battlefield
is,
is
though.
divided into sectors, each of which can be controlled by either side of the conflict. To secure the sector, you must capture all control
Oh, no. Damn it.
points within its
Did
boundaries.
it just crash? Hold on, wait.
To capture a control
survive?
point, your units must be inside its area, with no enemy presence during the
I
capture.
think it survived. Ooh.
Order your
Whew.
units to secure Sector Bravo.
Roger. Roger, Roger. I partially heard that, Captain, because I was... Oh, man. It's getting a little drink here. Oh, man. Come on. To Bravo.
Kierunek potwierdzony.
Okay. I guess they just take the closest route. It's not exactly roads, like CTA. So it is definitely got more basics, kind of like Total War in that aspect. I see why you say that, okay. Get in Bravo, boys. What's the hotkey for deployment? It doesn't say, but unload units. Yeah,
Przemieszczam się.
just in case.
Critical sector secured.
Rozkazy?
In some sectors, control points are located inside buildings. To capture such a point, an infantry unit must enter the building. Sector Charlie is one of these sectors. Use an infantry
Let's
unit
turn
to
our-
capture it.
Oh, I see. Alright, so let's load one back up and the other one will stay here. Wait, what? Why can't I select it?
Czekam na
I guess
rozkazy.
it was blocked. Don't know what the hotkey is, it doesn't say.
Gotowi do akcji.
Let's send these guys over here.
Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Yeah, that was a scare, it was a scare. Oh, it's definitely chugging. It definitely went one, it definitely must be like right there at the top of the roof. Like we're literally, if we were on a ladder in a room, we're touching the ceiling slightly. I can feel it by watching how it's moving, because it wasn't doing this when OBS wasn't on, once I restarted. And I did check its VRAM, it's like 6 to 8, and that's quite high, considering I think that's all I really have, too much. So it's probably taking all of it just to run. Okay. Unload. There.
W drodze.
Could just, I should just click that, but how do I garrison? Just click it.
Wykonuję rozkaz.
Yep. Alright. Building secure. Does it want both infantry in there? It does seem like it. So
Zgłaszam
let's
się.
load everybody up.
Potwierdzam.
Get loaded back up.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Critical sector secured.
Zrozumiano, dowódco.
There are two key resources in battle, supplies and intel. Supplies are earned by controlling the battlefield. Your income is based on a fixed base value, modified by the percentage of sectors under your control. They are the primary resource required for recruiting all units and activating certain support abilities. Intel is required to deploy higher tier
You go
units,
here.
establish and upgrade deployment zones, and call in support from outside the battlefield. You gain a small amount of intel passively by holding sectors. Additional intel is earned by detecting enemy forces, destroying enemy reconnaissance units, or using your own recon unit's abilities.
Wait, there might be units here, huh? Destroy enemy recon units in Sector Charlie. Alright, let's move you up to this building then.
Potwierdzam.
Let's move our infantry up. We're also gonna move our vehicle up for support.
Naprzód.
I don't trust this. Yeah,
Gotowi do
that's
akcji.
why we need to get units out there. Alright, just get in there.
Tak jest.
We're gonna send the one that's not boarded with troops in there first.
Tak jest. Czekamy na polecenia. Tak
Where are
jest,
they?
dowódco. Działamy. Czekam na rozkazy. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Zajmuję pozycję. Działamy. Ruszamy.
Still don't see nobody. You
Czekam na
moved them
rozkazy.
up.
Wykonuję.
I'm playing it safe because I haven't played one of these types of games in a while. Okay, so
Na rozkaz.
I'm a little concerned we've spotted no one. What's my skills? Smart sector defense, attack, stop, rotate, smoke screen. Okay, that's definitely not what we want. Alright, it seems.
Dowódco.
How big is Sector Charlie though? Oh, wait, no? They've got to be near the forest then. Alright, I'm gonna unload. Right here.
Wykonuję rozkaz.
Additional intel is earned by detecting enemy forces, destroying enemy reconnaissances, or using recon unit abilities.
Czekamy na polecenia. Kierunek potwierdzony. Na rozkaz. Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Do we just need to check the buildings? I've got my infantry here.
Oddział
Yeah, let's
gotowości.
move the
Przemieszczam się.
let's move the armor up. When I say armor, APCs.
Tak jest.
A little concerned.
Rozkazy.
Like, where are these
Wykonuję
guys?
rozkaz. Rozkazy?
This is Sector Charlie. We've yet to detect them. Where are my abilities at? Those don't look like that's artillery strike. That's air-to-ground missile. Is it just a smoke screen? Use recon ability units? It says to destroy. Yeah, I have found no one.
Rozkazy? Zajmuję pozycję.
Why are they not getting
Czekamy
out?
na polecenia.
Oh. What's happening?
Tak jest, dowódco.
They're moving. Why can't you get
Czekam
out
na
of the building?
rozkazy. Przyjąłem.
Uh-oh.
W
Do I have a
drodze.
bug?
Wykonuję.
Uh-oh.
W drodze.
I bugged out a unit. It says it's not in this building, but yet it's in this building. Well, we found a bug in the demo. Great. Where's the enemy?
Zgłaszam się.
Oh, they're down here. Oh, wow.
Zrozumiano.
Wait, why is this not flashing red then? Shouldn't this be turning red if there's enemies here and I'm not in there?
Oddział w gotowości.
But also, I found a bug. Guess we'll take these guys.
Wykonuję.
Yeah, somehow they got stuck and stayed in the building.
Na rozkaz.
That sucks.
Zrozumiano. Przemieszczam się. W drodze.
Yeah, that sucks. Wonder if I can load them onto a unit coming by.
Wykonuję. Rozkazy? Przemieszczam się.
See if you can pick them up. Hey, that cheated the system, I bet. Beautiful.
Działamy.
Hey, so I found a way to get around that bug, though. We'll see if it works after I deploy the mount. Oh, there they are.
Zajmuję pozycję.
Deploy there behind the building.
Tak jest.
APC,
Dowódco,
move in for
w
assault.
drodze. Na rozkaz.
You boys get in this building.
Wykonuję rozkaz. Zgłaszam się.
You guys make for the center building.
Potwierdzam. Na rozkaz.
Have our APCs go around the sides.
Wykonuję.
Alright, we're gonna go this way.
Czekamy na polecenia. Czekamy na polecenia.
There we go.
Enemy unit destroyed.
There we go. These guys don't have
Tak jest.
view.
Dowódco.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Nice.
Deploying units during
Uh-oh. Hiccup. Hold. Hold, game.
battle works differently than in the deployment phase. Units arrive near a deployment zone, though deployment requires time, and each zone can deploy only one unit at once. Because of this, you may need additional deployment zones during battle. To acquire one, press the button in the top left corner of the screen. This costs 100 intel points.
It will be deployed in first DZ. You have 100 points to deploy or upgrade logistics trucks.
Unit ready.
Oh.
New deployment zones arrive in the form of a deployment truck. To turn it into a functional base, it must be assembled. Select the truck, use the deploy ability, and choose the target location.
No, that one's already there. Where is the truck?
Deployment zones can only be established within sectors under your control.
What? Isn't that the one that's in Alpha, or do I just move it? Deploy a new deployment zone at Bravo. Create a deployment zone. Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. Okay, oh, there it is. It was inside of it. The truck was legacying the other truck. That was probably not a good spot to set that.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Just thought about that. Hold on.
Przyjąłem.
We're gonna deploy here. Because that way I can defend from the buildings and from the woods.
Any deployment zone, except the initial one, can be reverted back into a supply truck when needed.
Huh?
To unlock access to more advanced units, a deployment zone must be upgraded. There are 3 tiers of upgrades, and each unit belongs to one of
Takes
these tiers.
150.
To upgrade a deployment zone, select an established one and press the upgrade button on the unit panel. Upgrading requires intel points and temporarily
it gave
disables the
us 3
zone from
intel
deploying
points.
new units while the upgrade is in progress.
Let's see which one it wants us to do. I don't want to get ahead. Okay, I think it's any one I want. We're gonna do Bravo.
Forests and buildings obstruct line of sight for your units. As commander, you can review what your forces currently see and preview visibility from any chosen position. To enable the visibility overlay, press the C key or click the button above the minimap.
C key. Oh!
Keep in mind that just because your units can see an area doesn't mean
That's
every enemy
awesome.
there will be detected. Some units have stealth statistic that can be further increased by being in forest or building. To counter this, specialized units such as electronic warfare vehicles are available. Command has granted you access to one, along
Okay.
with the resources needed to deploy it.
Deploy. Oh, what's that? No, that's already ground. Wait, where? Is it? Oh, it must be this, right? Yeah, tier 2. Oh, so okay. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Gotcha. So the Bren 2.
Now that the unit is on the battlefield, let's put it to work. Enemy forces are concealed in the forest within Sector Delta.
You can see it. building
Use
up
your
in the
electronic warfare vehicle to locate and eliminate them.
center. Okay.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Whoa! So where are we going? Delta. That's there, okay. So if we deploy him here in the forest, he might, I think he can see that. Like if we put him here in the trees here,
Przyjąłem.
that's where I want him to go. See if he can get in there. Because then we can detect them, hopefully from this far out. Before we put units in there.
Na rozkaz. Kierunek potwierdzony. Gotowi do akcji. Działamy.
Gotta wait for him to redeploy though. That's what that little dot is.
Dowódco?
I still don't see them. We may have to get closer and get into the sector and hide. Would they? So, question first here, since you've played this more than I have. Let me move him here and check,
Wykonuję
because at
rozkaz.
least that'll still be in our sectors right here.
W drodze.
If there was something in that building right there that was in that circle at all, would it have been seen?
Dowódco? Tak jest. W drodze. Zgłaszam się. Zrozumiano, dowódco. Wykonuję. Oddział w gotowości.
Like, see, that's even in the inner circle now. Wait, I got it wrong. Delta is the one next to Bravo. Is it? Is it this one? Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the wrong one. It is okay. So they do have them marked. I guess it's not marking these, so it doesn't confuse me. It's only marking the ones I need. So let's go. Ooh, where do I want that then? Let's see if we can. Ooh, I don't want him to get shot. Let's see if we can get him right there first,
Przyjąłem.
and then we'll move through the forest to there. Alright, then we need to get these guys moving over here then. They
Zrozumiano.
need to be prepared to fight.
Gotowi do akcji.
Push.
Działamy.
This is a really cool game though. I do really like this game already. I definitely am glad you suggested this. This is something I definitely want to, will be one of the reasons why I fully upgrade my computer in the future. That and technically Broken Arrow, because I do have a bit of an issue with that game quite hard too, to be fair. When it comes to hardware on my end.
Zgłaszam się.
So that's how you know if they're blind to the stuff around them visually. Or if they can be seen. Interesting. They'll have an eyeball next to them. Okay. But that's what you're for. Hold on, that's not going to be close enough. I just wanted you to get up to an area where you're not driving across the edge here. Just get into the trees like right there.
Naprzód.
So one unit can be seen right now, one is technically cloaked. Well, you know what I mean. Camouflaged. Oh. Aha! Units. So they're enemy in the forest. Okay.
Oddział
Let's
w
see how that
gotowości.
works now.
Przyjąłem.
Let's move to engage. Oh, I forgot the other one. I should grab both when I'm doing there.
Tak jest.
Yeah, sadly the graphics look really terrible though because of how much I had to debuff it for OBS's sake. It looked way better without it on. At least I can play it, I will say at least I'll get to enjoy it on my own for a little bit when the time comes too. Yeah, look at that. Look how grainy it is. It looks like a PS1 APC. But that's not the game. Once again, I want to say this out loud. That's not the game. That's just my PC doing that. Because I can't run good graphics and run OBS with this PC. Not anymore. Get you a little closer. I'm gonna want you on like this edge right here. Right here on the edge. Just so we can see as many of them as possible.
Tak jest,
We'll wait till
dowódco.
he redeploys and then these two are gonna
Gotowi do akcji.
book it across into the trees, drop off the troops. Troops are gonna move through the woods and the APCs are gonna come out back on this road and head this way. Alright, we are up and running. Move across.
Kierunek potwierdzony.
Actually, I should tell you to unload automatically there.
W drodze.
What's that unload?
Zrozumiano, dowódco. Czekam na rozkazy.
Okay, they have a problem unloading together. I have to unload them separately. So that's a little bit of a small, probably, quality of life change. It might be a little bit better.
Dowódco,
Come to the road.
przemieszczam się. Rozkazy?
Come to the road.
Ruszamy.
You see how long it takes them to get to the trees. That's why I'm sending them back to the road. I like the realism in that it does slow them down. That's why the troops are going to go through there, but the others are not.
Czekamy na
These guys
polecenia.
are going that way.
Zrozumiano, dowódco. Ruszamy. Czekam na rozkazy. Zajmuję pozycję. Zgłaszam się. Tak jest. Gotowi do akcji.
You know they're there.
Dowódco? Potwierdzam.
Let's see if we can get them in view. Alright, now we've got them kind of surrounded.
Rozkazy.
There they are.
Rozkazy? Zgłaszam się.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Oddział w gotowości. Tak jest. Oddział w gotowości. Na rozkaz.
It's all infantry from what it looks like. Just have them roll right up on them. And they'll catch any coming out this way. Yep.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Alright, now I gotta move my radar in further because I don't know where they are now. So let's put the radar here.
Zajmuję pozycję.
Stay where we're at for now. Also, you don't get a standard total war economy. You get a GDP with supply and demand similar to Heart. That's what I figured. The campaign map's where it's gonna really get me. Hopefully we'll get to show that off today now that we're kind of somewhat rolling, but the next portion that's really gonna test the computer and whether it can keep this stream going while this game is running is gonna be when we try to do it through the campaign. Where? It says it's that way, but I don't. Oh, it's right there. Alright.
Dowódco? Dowódco?
Alright, you guys move that way.
Działamy. Na rozkaz.
Move back to the
Przemieszczam
road.
się.
It's just the one left anyways.
Czekamy na polecenia. Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Going into wide open view and going right here.
Potwierdzam.
And then we'll initiate the attack in a minute once these guys get up here.
Czekamy na polecenia. Wykonuję.
Because look at that, look how, look, there's nothing that can see them technically. We can kind of see that way, yeah, that's cool. I like that. That is a really cool mechanic, I'm not gonna lie, that is awesome. More games like this need to do that.
Dowódco.
Commence attack together. Infantry's coming in to meet them. Ambush acquired. Take them out. They're running.
Rozkazy?
Enemy unit
Nice.
destroyed.
In addition to terrain features that block visibility, certain obstacles like uneven ground may block only the line of fire. To check this and to view your unit's weapon ranges, activate the range overlay. Press the V key or click the highlighted button above the minimap to enable it.
That's not the right one.
Armored vehicles,
There we
such
go.
as the KTO Rosomac, have different levels of armor depending on the
Oh,
side.
I
To
like
check the
that.
armor of your unit,
That
select it and
means-
click the shield icon in the unit panel.
To check the armor of a unit, okay.
Each side
Oh.
of the vehicle has two values, kinetic defense and heat defense. These represent the penetration types used by different kinds of weapons. Every weapon relies on one specific penetration type. Commander, you've just gained access to new units for purchase in the deployment zone, along with a steady supply of resources. Use them to eliminate all enemy forces within the training area and complete the exercise.
Alright. What did we get? Whoa. Okay. What is that? Micro UAV squad? My boys. So...
During battle, you also have access to off-map support, such as artillery barrages or AGM strikes. These can be activated by clicking the button in the bottom right corner of the screen. Be aware that using support
Oh,
consumes both
they have
supplies
to
and
sit there.
intel.
Okay.
Call
Get
in
a
an
zook-
artillery
a
barrage
zook
on
bu-
enemy units.
So just a single dude with a UAV.
Note that
That's
using
two
artillery
dudes.
is side objective.
Działam.
Completing side objectives is not required to finish the mission, but doing so will grant you additional rewards.
We'll put you guys in that
Zajmuję
building.
pozycję.
See if you can deploy the UAV from in there. That'll be our intel. So alright, so I'm thinking here. Alright, so let me think then. I'm not sure why it's still not doing what it said about deploying infantry together. It's just spawning them here. Okay. I guess it's only in the beginning.
Unit ready.
Because we definitely do need more
Zgłaszam się.
infantry.
Kierunek potwierdzony. Czekam na rozkazy.
Launch micro UAV. Launch micro to a chosen sector. Ew. So destroy 10 enemy units.
Enemy captured the sector.
Oh. Sector too far away. Alright, we've launched a drone into that area. Alright, we need to get going and prepare for battle. It's gonna take me a second to get faster. Get in this. Can y'all not get in that? Troops are probably too big. That must not be a
Zajmuję
transport.
pozycję.
So that's not a transport. I need another
Enemy captured the
APC.
sector.
Yeah, so we're starting to lose sectors. Come on. How are we not capturing this
Unit
sector? Is there
ready.
still enemies in this sector?
Tak jest, dowódco. Naprzód. Na rozkaz. Wykonuję. Tak jest, dowódco. Tak jest. Gotowi do akcji. Tak jest, dowódco. Kierunek potwierdzony.
Don't double click it. How do I pause the battle? What pauses the battle? Oh, there we go.
Oddział w gotowości.
I gotta figure out this deployment thing. So what do you mean by I'm not like I'm clicking it and it turns them off? Oh, this has to be grayed out? See, that's confusing. Uh-oh, it just chugged. Chug, chug, come on. Okay, there we go. So that's confusing. See, to most normal brain, like the normal people's brains trying to play an RTS, when these are lit up, that tells you, okay, vehicles are included. That's really strange.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Also, why is Delta not being captured? Are there still enemies here? Set up perfectly in the middle for a
Ruszamy.
second. Also, what, there's 3 UAVs here now. Oh. Okay. We need to get units over there now, man.
Rozkazy?
That means you guys need to go defend this sector. Deploy here.
Zrozumiano.
And then what else can we get? We can get a light machine gun support squad? Okay, so I want a separate one of those on its own. And then I want one of those. And we'll have to come back for them. So I wonder if they're gonna give me tank. I wonder if they're gonna send tanks at me. I guess I should get one of these too, just in case. And then one more APC to carry all the stuff around. We've got a scout recon squad. I think we're good for now. We're gonna try that. Normal speed. Everyone get moving. Yeah, why? I must have to have infantry
Gotowi do
capture?
akcji.
I don't understand.
Wykonuję.
Must have to be like right next to it.
Czekam na
or something.
rozkazy.
Unit ready.
Tak jest, dowódco.
It's detecting a
Unit
unit,
ready.
but I don't see one.
Enemy captured the sector.
They're there, but they're not
Sector
showing
secured.
up. Okay, Delta's ours now. Thank you. Alright, we need to
Czekam na rozkazy.
Unit ready.
defend our radar. Okay. These guys need, this one needs to redeploy to help me down here.
Przyjąłem.
Enemy captured the sector.
Tak jest, dowódco.
You need to also get over here.
Przemieszczam się.
Yeah, we have a problem. We do have vehicles coming in.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Unit ready.
Czekam na rozkazy.
Set up PMP. We gotta get everybody in here.
Zgłaszam się. Przemieszczam
Alright,
się.
get set up and get in that. I gotta take you over there.
Dowódco,
Unit
You need to be
retreating.
dropped
w
there.
drodze. Na rozkaz.
Oh, we had a unit retreat.
Zrozumiano. Tak jest.
They're pushing this side. Oh, it's lagging now. Oh no. Infantry squad.
Unit retreating.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Czekamy na polecenia.
retreating.
Na rozkaz.
This
Ruszamy.
is bad.
Tak jest, dowódco.
Yeah, I'm doing
Unit
terrible.
retreating.
Yeah, I do
Enemy
think that
captured
some of the
sector.
UI is a little too simple to the point of it kind of confuses the players because everything's the same color. Things need to be grayed out instead of lit up.
Tak
I
jest,
think they need to
dowódco.
reverse some of these things. I'm probably
Enemy
gonna
unit
lose this
destroyed.
skirmish.
Działamy. Oddział w gotowości.
This guy's like stuck. Come over here.
Potwierdzam.
Luckily, this
Oddział
unit
w
is.
gotowości.
They don't have many people left, so they're just gonna have to
Enemy
help
unit
defend.
destroyed. Unit retreating.
Oddział w gotowości.
I need those javelins.
Czekam na rozkazy. Wykonuję. Czekam na rozkazy. Wykonuję rozkaz. Zgłaszam się. Wykonuję rozkaz.
Yeah, they're gonna die. We're gonna need more
Unit
infantry.
Kierunek potwierdzony. Rozkazy? W drodze.
Ooh,
Zrozumiano,
Back.
dowódco.
dang it.
Rozkazy? Dowódco? Dowódco? Zrozumiano, dowódco.
Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy unit destroyed. Unit retreating.
Ah, got it.
Na rozkaz. Działamy. Zajmuję pozycję. Potwierdzam. Gotowi do akcji.
Killing me right now, game. Literally.
Unit retreating.
Zajmuję pozycję.
I need a machine gun
Unit
unit.
retreating.
I don't know how to heal them.
Dowódco?
What's
Unit
this?
ready.
Repair damage unit in deployment zone of level matching or higher. Okay, wherever they're going, go do that. Uh-oh, it froze up again. Hold on. We got a lag moment.
Enemy unit destroyed. Unit ready.
Gotowi do akcji. Zrozumiano, dowódco.
They're hopefully repairing.
Rozkazy?
Oh boy.
Ruszamy.
Infantry unit lost. Enemy unit destroyed.
Woo!
Zgłaszam się. Ruszamy.
Level 3 unlocks your tanks. Alright, how much do I need? Let's do that, because we need that badly. Upgrade deployment zone 200. I've got plenty. Holy crap!
Rozkazy?
I need to get in this building to also help defend the zone. Make sure we don't lose it on this side. We're keeping Delta at bay. I don't seem that they're sending as much at Delta as they are at these two.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Zgłaszam się. Czekam na rozkazy.
Alright, we gotta get infantry across.
Gotowi do akcji. Tak jest, dowódco. Działamy. Gotowi do akcji. Wykonuję rozkaz.
Holy crud. Let's get my other
Rozkazy?
infantries to move up this way again.
Wykonuję. Czekam na rozkazy. Wykonuję rozkaz.
Whew, okay. Alright, so they have a unit trying to repair in that area. Charlie's main building has been absolutely ruined. There is a unit of BMP here. I need to somehow safely get my javelins to this building. Either that or back here, but I'm not sure how they're shooting or what their range is. Once I learn how their line of sight kind of works, it'll be a little easier. Alright, you need to move up and join this guy.
Czekam
You
na
need
rozkazy.
to attempt to push across here.
Na rozkaz.
Once you get in, and then you're going to be the distraction.
Czekamy na polecenia.
You need to move there.
Rozumiano.
Yep, see, I spotted it and got some javelins. Nice.
Enemy unit
Nice,
destroyed.
it's down. So the javelins might be able to just stay there.
Wykonuję
They
rozkaz.
seem to have a huge range, which as they should. Although I want
Oddział
to...
w gotowości.
Ooh, yeah, see, that's the issue there, right? So how come they're not shooting that? Okay, they're dead.
Czekamy na polecenia.
Retreat, how do I retreat?
Unit retreating.
Oh, I killed enough units. Okay, I got them. I only lost a transport, it looks like. Or a couple transports, possibly. Yeah. They lost a lot more. Wow, that was crazy. AT to push the leg. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell which units kind of, like, what their line of sight is. Like, I guess my javelins, for some reason, couldn't shoot over the trees. Even though javelins go in the air first. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. But that's, I do think it's this guy, maybe it took them too long to shoot. They had to reload, I don't know. And that's why that little unit got absolutely messed up. Don't know. Because that little poor machine gun unit barely survived me taking out that APC over there. They finally shot at it, I guess. They do? Well, I'll know that next time. I should have had them push to that building then. Then they would have shot at it. But I do love this game. This game is awesome. Now let's do the real test. Yeah, we can only play. Oh, this is gonna be the choices, huh? So Russia, Ukraine, interesting. USA, China, Turkey. All of the. Alright, so Poland. The Kremlin's increasingly aggressive rhetoric is further destabilizing the situation in Eastern Europe. The invasion of Ukraine now appears almost inevitable, and the prospect of an open conflict with NATO looms large. In this environment, the Polish government must take responsibility not only for the security of its own citizens, because it's like an alternate reality where the bear decided to actually rush its opponent. Not only for the security of its own citizens, but also for the protection of the weaker alliance members, from whom Poland serves as a crucial defense shield against Russia's expansion. Now let's see if my computer will hold on once we do this. There's the javelin. And also there's a lot of scary things back there. Giving people 2,000 America is asking for a mega easy mode. That's true. Let's pause. Okay. Introduction. Your economy stands firm. Public finances remain stable. and national debt is lower than most EU countries. Yet tension grows along the eastern border. Russia and I can never say it. Belarus, basically, but Belarusian provocations intensify, and war in Ukraine seems inevitable. Use the remaining time to prepare your country for the coming clash. Secure Western support and build an army capable of repelling aggression. Or will you dare to stand in defense of the former inhabitants of the Commonwealth? So you can kind of make a decision, it sounds like. You know, look at the little, like, AI, like, realistic looking driven portraits. That is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. That is a cool little detail. Because as far as on RTS, as far as modern RTSs are concerned, this has got a lot of potential. This game is amazing so far. And we are paused. Alright. I assume, by the way, I forgot to ask, there was no tutorial for the campaign map, I assume. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, this is Hearts of Iron at its core. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to learn this. You can also import weapons and equipment from your allies, like the Set V3. Ooh! We have to figure out how to do that. Also, tell me this doesn't look like what's his name from Breaking Bad. Whoa, we actually do have... Hold up. What's in this? That's not a Polish flag. Hold on. How do I see what's in here? Oh, A1s! Oh, and a Bradley? This unit needs to be protected at all costs. Also, there's a British one. What's in this one? It's not the new one. Challenger 2? Two Challenger 2s? Yeah. I lose if I lose these. Are there any others, or are they the only two, I assume? Boy, isn't that a bit ironic? This game does a good job also of being an alternate reality, but also representing kind of how the real, actual setup kind of is. Like I said, this game needs a multiplayer. Yeah, this game desperately needs a multiplayer. This game is awesome. I have no idea what I'm doing now. Okay, so hybrid warfare. East Shield training mission. Escalation level. Oh my goodness, it sucks because it's been so long since I played Hearts of Iron. I forgot how escalation works easily. A dedicated program has been launched to prepare commanders. This is how you change all like reality, right? For commanders for real-time battles. Starting this action will unlock the RTS tutorial mission, which I've already done, where you will learn the basics of leading your units. That's actually kind of cool. You can do that in the campaign. I like that. Also, by the way, creates escalation. Not by it. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't, because that says down, that says up. That's up. That's a lot. What is that? General military mobilization grants all Polish brigades a bonus for several months. General mobilization plus 15% combat effectiveness. Effects. Social contract change -4. Escalation level is increased by 13%. And then you get to see who this affects. This makes everybody not like us. Including the ones that sent us these 2 units. No one really cares about France or Germany. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, Germany and she's... So if I go drone... It's funny, look, the US is neutral on this. They're not going up or down on this. United Kingdom gets upset with me. Makes sense. France gets upset with me. No one cares. Germany... Germany, likes me more, which they're -2 right now. It's funny, so Britain likes us more than the US does right now. France also likes us about the same as the US does. Germany's not happy with us. I forgot, I'm gonna butcher some names, sadly. Czechia is not happy with us. Not as much as the Germans, but I think that's Italy or whoever that is down there at the bottom right. They're not happy with us the same amount that Germany is. Which, once again, that makes sense. Interesting. Whoa! Public call for the... We could I'm not gonna say the name, but this is pulling a you know who. What in the world? This game is awesome. Proposal to organize a conference on security policy. Poland opposes and this is... Oh, well, this makes everybody like us. So that's probably something we might actually want to consider realistically. Proposal to organize a conference on security policy. Poland proposed an international security conference as an alternative to further conflict escalation. Ooh. National Security Stratagem Eastern Shield. Oh, this improves Romania and Germany, but not whatever that bottom one, Italy or whoever it is at the bottom right. I was wondering who the, because I don't know all my flags by heart. I was wondering who the yellow and blue and red one was. So it's Romania. Wow. Okay, interesting. And then these are things we can't do yet. We can do that. Yeah. What? The transmission of infrastructure will be destroyed, and Germany's import of resources will... That actually happened. I will say, wow, some of these are really like the fact that they kind of... The fact that they got... Oh, that's Hungary is who that is. It's Hungarian. Okay. Oh! Polish ballistic forward presence. The deployment of Polish troops in each of the Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, will strengthen their resolve and ensure the firmly rejected Russian ultimatums. Completing this action will make the Baltic states reject Lavrov's ultimatum, which a few weeks after the fall, right? Whoa, will trigger their aggression. Upon completion, you will also gain control over a stationed in, I don't know how to say that, Mariupol, reinforcing your defensive capabilities in Lithuania. This step requires holding the Baltic capabilities, holding the Baltic capitals during the Russian invasion. Losing them will cause the Western states to withdraw their support. Whoa. But if this succeeds, look who becomes our best friend. Oh no. We're under drone 2021, so that makes sense. That's right? Holy crud. What in the world? Some of the strategies in this are absolutely insane. Wow. We're not going to get to do much in this stream probably, but I want to say one thing. I definitely already have in my mind if we stick with Poland for the fun of it. I want to do US obviously, but they're going to be the easy street, right? But I want to do them for a different type of campaign. It's like Farseer said, I'm going to do something different with them. But with Poland, I have a very unusual idea. I think we should Dr. Doom Poland, shouldn't we? I think Poland needs to become No, I don't think we're going to do this in the demo. We're not going to have time to even try this, and it's going to take probably me trying several times. Because after seeing what I just saw, I know how to do it. America has some big moves in their campaign. They probably do, but I want to see how far they went with different choices you can do, right? Because it does look like you can also completely turn on others. I want to see something. Is there ones that make you... I bet you that, at least not right now. It doesn't seem like there's ones that maybe turn on, like make you side with the sides maybe you shouldn't side with normally. I just want to see that as well. Yeah, see, they're not on this list. Unless, hold on. It won't let me select these. Probably because it's the demo right now. So, yeah. Okay. So, probably because it's the demo, I'm not allowed to even try this. But I wonder, or it's not, at least as far as, over here is concerned, wherever they're at. I don't see any of their units right now, I don't think. Yeah, they're right here. Yeah, because if we do this, so let me point something out. If we do it this way, we can scatter the entire bear into pieces. And we can become all of this as Poland. And turn this into... And you see what's in it. Our goal is to get here. That's our goal. At least for this campaign. But I do wonder if there's going to be a campaign where maybe you can go completely alternate reality. Maybe Poland can't help the bear unify. Maybe you have to do the bear to do that. That's probably why it's a playable faction. But hey, in this case, I'd much rather turn Poland into Latvia. But hey. Alright, so let's look at the other menus now. So that's how you do choices. That's how you do the escalation, the decisions. There's also apparently stuff over here I don't know how to do. Diplomatic pressure. Oh, Russian actions. Eh? This is them against us, I assume, then. So it does seem they do have a major enemy that they're always going to have. Maybe. Maybe. Because that's probably what this is maybe there's a way to find out what this is, what they're doing here using intel. Interesting. Let's see, macroeconomy. Whoa, okay. Domestic consumption, export, import. Energy sector. Energy price, supply, output, modifier for all buildings. Supply. Demand. So it's barely meeting the demand? Is that what I'm saying there? I think that's what I'm seeing. I must have ways to be able to... It's the GDP, but I'm not... That's the one thing I'm not as expert at reading. Yeah, that seems like that's... We're not getting enough for that. Is it different sectors? Deploy Jersey barriers. Deploy anti-tank barriers. Train civil defense. Interesting. Deploy territorial defense. Oh, that's the upkeep. Oh, how do I get unselect that? Here we go. So how do I know what it... Oh, here we go. Oh, each of these has its own. So, if I'm reading that then correctly, then this is pretty bad. Because there's a lot of red here being consumed. But I assume as long as this whole thing isn't red, we're still okay? Like, this one seems worse, right? Domestic consumption. It's 243. How do I see the entire... How do we know what we're bringing in? We'll have to see. Macro not available in demo assets. But that's not in the demo. I see. Okay. Here we go. Right there. Now, I can't do this in the demo, but okay. I see. So this is just telling me consumption of each zone and what might need to be improved. Okay. Gotcha. It's going to take a minute to learn all this. This is mostly just kind of checking out the game and its menus. Wow, a lot of this is in really good detail. Yeah, see that? I don't like. Yeah, see, I know what that is. I know what this part of the GDP looks like. I've seen the actual GDP for us. That is not good. That would be something we have to fix if we're going to truly become a standalone Latveria type. Ouch. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. There's only like a... It's going to sound like a lot when I say this out loud. But let's see. You know, only 100 billion difference. Oh, man. Alright. Military production. We have 34. Can't read that. Two S1s or 251 Gun-6. No, we have them all in use. We have no AHS Danas in stock. We have 60 crabs in stock. 234 on the field though. Abrams, we have 42 of these in stock, and we only have deployed, what, 2? Excuse me. This is due anyways. I guess it's so. I bet you there must be, you know what it is? There must be kind of like the other one, right? Kind of like Hearts of Iron. There must be a place that I manage what the top number in use would be. 2 Abrams brigades. Yeah, but apparently that's 276 of them are out here. It's quite a lot. We have 600. We have a buttload of BMPs. We must solely rely on this sometimes, apparently. Buttload of BMP ones. We have 880 of them on the field, 482 in reserve. Then down here we have 2 different versions of the BM2 or the BRM2. We have the better version, I guess, because it didn't even bother with fielding these. This must be an upgrade. And we got BWPs, Bren 2. That's that Bren 2 radar system. We have 36 of them out there. We have wow. Okay, I want to point something interesting out that kind of plays into what I said about how you would turn this place into Latveria. So I want to point this out. Now that I got them both on the field, we have been allotted by the big boy himself, the big brothers themselves, 276 M1A1s out on the field. However, Britain has only allotted 72, and none in stock. Well, ooh, a Black Panther. Only 36 of those though, 42 in stock. Although there is an upgraded version apparently. That must have come from Germany, maybe? K2PL, 168 of these things. Because I know Sweden and Poland do kind of have similar certain vehicles to a certain faction, so and there they are. Everyone but Germany. 192 out on the field of these beautiful, beautiful things. Okay. Not sure what that is. We also have a lot of these little APCs we were using. KTO Rashmarks. 672 of them out there. Oh yeah, now there's the infantry, right? Oh my goodness, the amount of infantry, but that makes sense. 11,268 troops deployed to the field. Ooh, M4A1s. We have an elite squad of 372 out there too. And then of course AT M4 Carl Gustav 626. Okay. Drone wielders. 112 drones out there. Mavic 3 Pros. 56 Mi-24s. No Mi-8s, which sucks. Another type of drone. 64 orbiters out there. 12 PPK spikes. 500 PPZR pyro runs. 48 PZO W3 Sokots. 1080 RP27s. Ooh. That's pretty good. If I can get that combined with what I've already got from our friends, that's pretty scary actually, a combination. 108 Scout Kit RF 7800Ss. 144 T72s, 144 PT91 Tuardi. I don't know how you say that. 1,018 UKM 2000Ps, which that's our light machine gun units. 366 ZSU 23AM 4MP Blatos. That's our AA. And I'm not sure what that is. Just another. I guess this is, since this has actually got even more units than the other one. This must be like militia kind of type infantry. So 13,072 WZ-96 barrels out there. And we can buy. Yeah. Now the cost is pretty high. And we're, as I said, going into a deficit, so that's bad. will exceed the national debt limit in 2,303 days. So that would be the first thing we need to figure out how to fix, along with defending ourselves. And then training queue. I can add a brigade. We're not going to do that, though. That's how you get annual. So, okay. So this is how you get your annual production. If you can afford it, you can put brigades in here and build whole brigades. Okay. Kind of getting it so far. And this over here, I can kind of see it. Like, I can see what it, like, bonds, or issued bonds, interest rates for each of them. Implementation of the budget amendments. Yeah, see, this is literally just another version of the JDP, but this is for, like, our current, like, output here. And things going out this way, too. You can also fix and float. There's a lot. This game is, I almost argue that this is the modern Hearts of Iron. Like, this is the modern Hearts of Iron, but, like, on a whole nother level, in my opinion, even. Uh-oh. It lagged out. Why? Okay, there we go. Woo! Still chugging. Black Panther is a South Korean Abrams. Really? Did not know that. Ooh! Oh, I like the tech tree. I like that this is how... I like, tech trees that are organized really well. Oh, that's... land, naval, air, energy, industry... Then even in land forces, rifle, artillery, vehicle, tanks, effectors, electronic systems. Bruh, this game is awesome. Hangar. Uh-oh. It's loading something. Don't break on me, game. Don't crash my OBS either. How do I see it? It's not showing it. I don't want to delete it. Doesn't show what that button does. It's like a preview thing, but it must not be working. Either that I'm big dumb. Okay, that one worked. I guess just those don't have models in here yet, is what I can assume. Choppers, I assume, do? Whoa. This, oh, we can rotate it here. Oh, man. Looking inside that thing, chat. Look how detailed that is. I mean, sure, it's going to be a 2D, probably, texture, to be fair, but it's the fact that they actually modeled out some of the 3D portions inside the console. This up here looks a little bit more bare. But, to be fair, the Copilot doesn't need much. That's cool. Well, they're all the same chopper, just a different version. Is there a model? Oh, hold on, it's loading. Okay, so that's the... It's considering that, so not all the models must be in the game yet. Because it considers that an Abrams M1A1. All of these technically are, according to it. Either that or the name has been changed kind of slightly wrong. That's the anti-tank brigade. Okay. It's the same one or a different one? Same one. Well, that's a different one. But yeah, so they must not have all of them in there right now, but let's go out of that. I hope the naval combat is just like Red Dragon. So do I, because I haven't seen naval combat in too many games lately. So it'll be interesting to see if it's like Red Dragon and you just have to fight on the ocean and kind of do like it does, which would be really fun. And then AI chat. What? The in-game version of Bylek will launch on soon. In the meantime, we encourage you to test the online version of it. Okay, so that's on Discord. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So there's literally an AI chat you can talk to in this game. What? What does it do? Is it like to give you tips or something? Commander, you need to go here. But alright, so I'm not sure where to start. Because I'm not really allowed to do too much in the demo, right? Am I just supposed to just attack, or what is my mission right now, actually? We get an extra 21 billion if I retract some of my GDP. So this is how you kind of change it. But that increases revenue. Let's see. Yeah, so you can change different things that affect different things, but it'll decrease. Where is social contract anyways? How do I see that? Temporary social contract modifier -10. I don't know how to see that. Weekly is 9. Is a 9. Let's see. So let's play around with this since it's the demo. What does the worst damage to stage where social contract? That one does. Let's do this by 1. We're only going to increase it by 1. I don't know how much that'll affect it or how much it won't. Just kind of experimenting now. On pause. Just kind of let everything tick over. Are these... Who is this? This isn't Russia, is it? Pretty sure they would have their own flag, so... Kinda looks like that. Because neutral means they're not attacking me, right? Gray? Guess we're about to find out. I might as well wait. I think they're just setting up their defenses, is what they're doing. So you can see that our deficit is going down. Is that where it's gonna sit? What are we at now? It's a bit better. Revenue and expenditure. Looks like, hold on, let's unpause and let's watch it. We can watch it on the screen, I assume. So it stopped going up. Okay. That's another 10. That gives me 19 billion back. That gives me 19 billion back. The people may have to be pissed with us for a little bit so we can decrease our deficit. Oh, I see. There it is. So how long can we play this before we bring it back? Said, what else would bring me more? Do I have any decisions? The operation is purely defensive. By raising the costs and time required to prepare an attack, it reduces the likelihood of a rapid escalation while giving Poland time and basis for diplomatic dialogue and coordination with allies. Poland proposes international security conference as an alternative. I see. So we need something that's going to give us local help, but without escalation. See, that brings up escalation by 7. Naval pact with Sweden and Finland will block the potential naval invasion of Polish coasts. Social contract increases now by 6, which will take out of that 11. This Because we have to do stuff we can actually do. That's 3, but that's a big escalation. Convening an emergency NATO summit. This improves everyone's relations with me, though. That's pretty good. That might be worth an 8% escalation. It'll take a little bit to do. But let me see what other options we have first. No, we don't want that. Wow, invasion of Belarus. Maybe I should make friends. Alright, let's add this one to the block. Choose one of the available cities. Warsaw, Berlin, Paris, or Vilnius. Oh. Interesting. Some give negatives depending on who you choose. Germany would allow me to do this. It would piss off France and United Kingdom, but the escalation would be reversed a little. Whereas this is increasing it. What does France do? Ooh. How do I see that again? So good, I can look at it in here. Germany this is gonna piss off France and the United Kingdom. France will go to neutral. United Kingdom will go to +1. Germany will go into the positive. And it will reduce some of the escalation that we're gonna gain from doing this. Or we could go full balls to the wall and let it go up. Let it be deducted from the actual event and hope for the best. I'm going with this one. Because, you know, why not? We're going to see what happens. We're just playing around now at this point. We're just going to see what goes on. What just happened? Important event detected. Lavrov demands a change in Europe's security architecture. Sergei Lavrov.
NATO refuses to consider our proposals
I like
for
the AI
de-escalation
generation
and the prevention
of
of
like
dangerous
live
incidents
action
in a
that it tries
constructive
to
manner.
do.
On the contrary, the alliance continues to move its military infrastructure irresponsibly closer to Russia's borders, while missile defense systems are being deployed in Romania and Poland. American intermediate-range missiles could appear on European territory at any moment. The nightmare scenario of military confrontation returns, one that this continent has already lived through following NATO's so-called dual-track decision. Europe remains silent. Ukraine is receiving growing volumes of Western weapons, encouraging its leadership to sabotage the Minsk agreements and creating the illusion that the conflict can be resolved by force. We call on the United States to sign a binding agreement on security guarantees, one that will ensure stability in Europe and prevent further escalation.
И предотвратит дальнейшую эскалацию.
I really do appreciate that they actually went this hard of trying to make the story seem realistic for an alternate reality where it did get to this point, right? Hopefully it never does, but it's a dangerous game. Alright, I am also going to, now that I've seen we've kind of stabilized out it. So how does it work? So tax rate change minus 8.7. Predicted change within the next week, 0.7. Persistent influence on consumption, minus 0.7%. I do think we need to. It's gonna go to freaking 20. They're both the same again. Let's increase the statutory rate one more time. And pause. Try to bring that deficit down even more while we're doing this. We'll counteract it by having social contracts happening that will deduct from it. I gotta see how it runs now somewhat. And I actually think we're gonna do, because we'll probably not go no later than 6. I'll probably go ahead and eat, and then we're gonna go ahead and start our Halloween game tonight too. Oh, hold on, something's happening. Foreign aid received. Your allies have provided logistical or military support at the start of this month. Okay. No hybrid operations detected. You're missing opportunities to influence the situation. Oh, I can do another one? Okay, then I will. Let's do... That's a good one to do. Let's do this one. Whoa! Russia breaks off diplomatic relations with Poland, closing its embassy in Warsaw, which triggers negative reactions from Central European countries. Oh, it already gave me... Oh, look who's at +6 already. I see. So we definitely need to initiate more kickback. What does this do? Reopening of trade corridors in Zapad 2121. Escalation level -7. I think we need to do stuff that's going to do social increasement right now. So let's do proposal of that as well. You have idle military factories. Yeah, because I'm not really trying to make units right now. I don't really want to accidentally overcost us at the moment. We're already dipping. We need to get that deficit down if we can before the war gets up here so we can produce more regularly. Or at least get it down enough that if I have to go into full-blown production, I can afford it. Ooh, cyber, hold on. I see that. Hold on. Cyber attack on the Polish banking system. What does this do? They're trying to increase the I see. So they're doing stuff to increase the escalation. I'm doing stuff to decrease it. I see. I see.
Security architecture is a mutually agreed, explicitly or implicitly accepted system of political and military balance, in which the risk of war is minimized and military force ceases to be an instrument of policy. Where such architecture exists, deterrence prevails over violence. The European security architecture was born in 1945 after the Yalta Conference. The continent was divided into spheres of influence. NATO was established in the West, 1949, and the Warsaw Pact in the East, 1955. This tense balance kept the peace until the end of the Cold War. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed under the pressure of economic crisis, national movements, and failed reforms. The old order disappeared. Eastern Europe, Poland, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania, and Bulgaria began to move west. For Poland, this was a strategic choice. security over dependence. For Russia, it was a betrayal of 1990's promises and a threat at its borders. After the annexation
game
of Crimea in 2014,
goes real hard in
the
story.
full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022,
Trust me, production is not
it
as
became
fast as you
clear
think.
the previous balance has collapsed.
So do you think I should go ahead and
Russia
start
the
it?
West no
Do you think I
longer
should go ahead and
share a
start
common
producing
rules
some
of the
units?
game. We are once
And if
again
so,
living
what do you think
in
I
an
should
era of
start?
blocks, but this time without trust and security.
And should I make
architecture is not just
brigades
about
to
maps
do
and
this,
treaties.
or should I
It is a matter of memory,
just produce
fear,
units?
choice.
Closing this chapter. So what do you think? Because it does seem to want me to do it, but since I don't have access to that screen over there, it's a little hard to plan. It's a little hard to see what's happening over here. Given the amount of tanks I got slammed with in their invasion of me, something to kill armor. Okay. So I can't produce javelins. Okay. I just have to get them from the allies. So what is my next best? I've got a ton of. I also can't do the Carl Gustavs either. Wow. I can only make the PPZR power rooms. So we should do that. We should make these. Production cost of one PPZR power room is 1 million plan. PLN. Max MIC to produce one equipment unit 1. Time to produce one equipment unit with one MIC 1 day. Well, okay. Let's produce. I don't know what MIC means. Oh, you said those are AA? Oh, okay. How do I get rid of this? Oh, I can actually put them in here. I see. So I don't know what to produce then. Maybe it'll show it in here? I don't know, it shows them in the tank section. Oh, hold on, wait. No, I don't. Never mind. I just didn't have. I don't know how to select them and see what they do. Be kind of nice to see what that actually is doing. It's in the hangar, I think. But I don't know which units have them. 'Cause I don't see any other options. We can't really build any unless this LM60 is, but I don't think it is. I think that's a light machine gun. Oh, I guess since we don't have infantry, let's produce tanks then. We can make the T-72s. Okay, so I guess fight tanks with tanks. And we'll just have to fill the gaps in with, what's it called? We have none in storage for the PT-91. I just wish I could see how good these things are. I know what you are. 8 million versus what? 12 million? Wow, you're actually, no, you're, whoa. You're way more expensive. No. Let's do, what's it called? We've got 144. We need to produce another 200. Is what I'm assuming. Let's assign. Oh, we can assign quite a lot. Okay. I see. That's how it drives it up. But let's assign 10 to it. So it's getting done. 10 out of the 20. Because those T-72s are going to be very important to us. We need at least 200 more. I don't know how many I technically need. Vehicles take the longest to build, and infantry weapons are the fastest. I just don't know if that's an AA. We'll build these guys too. Oh, what the heck? Whoa. We'll build these guys too, because it'll take like another 2 million out. We'll do 5. We'll do half of that. And we'll do 400 of them, because I don't know how many to make. How many do we have? We have 500, so that's another 900. At least over time. And that's right now costing us 2.2 billion to plan to get including into our plan up here now. Or PLN up here now. So let's see. I'm thinking, do I create more infantry too? So how much do you cost? You're 0.1 million per plan. They're the same. Once again, I don't know which one's better. Might as well put you have one. We'll do 5 to you as well. And that's what we'll produce for now. We'll take numbers off of our tank. Tanks as they get produced and splash them in other places we might need them. Right now we're making 400 of these, whatever these are. 200 T-72s, 100 more. Oh, hold on, no. That's not enough. Get me 1,000 more. 1,000 more Grots. Hopefully that's how that works. We'll find out soon enough. Dude, I can only imagine American civilian budget. Yeah, this is going to be hilarious. This right here, even though we have the deficit, technically, the way we run it, I have a feeling this whole screen's gonna be filled with everything. We're just gonna constantly produce. Alright, I don't know if that's good or not. This is just experimentation, to be fair at this point. And going with the flow. We don't have much longer anyways. We got 30 minutes. Then I'll go and get some food, take a little bit of a small break, and then around, I'd say probably around 7:30, 8 tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna go ahead and start the Halloween game. Oh, something big is happening. RTS tutorial.
In a moment, you will begin military maneuvers on the Suwalki Gap.
Dismiss. I already know. Thank you. I played it on its own, so I already know. I didn't play the other scenarios, which I will eventually, but I think we might check more of this out tomorrow, but I think tomorrow we're going to check out mostly combat, is what we're going to do. Because I've realized I'm probably not going to have time to get a bunch of Steam Next Fest games ready to go. So instead what I want to, if this demo's still up tomorrow, I'm going to go and do all the other tutorial skirmishes, and we're going to play around with those. Now that I kind of learned a little bit more. And then after that, we'll come back to our campaign. I'm going to see if it'll let me save this wherever we end up and come back to this. Okay, pause. Alright, so... Wow, look how many people like us now. We've got France, America, and Britain absolutely loves us now. Germany's on our side now somewhat. They're not, still a little cautious. South Korea's getting there. Czech Republic's getting there. Romania still likes us now somewhat. Hungary is still on the fence. We need something that's going to continue to give me... Actually, Actually, we need to bring the escalation down because this is gonna go up by 50. Threat of new. Whoa! Hold on. One sec. I need something big. I think that 7% is the best we've got. Yep. Reopening corridor. That's gonna hurt. This will happen before that will, so it won't hurt as bad. Ouch. Damn, Russia. YouTube keep hiding my comments. Well, it must be. I have a feeling that to warn everyone watching, this game probably will be a bit of a minefield when it comes to certain things, just because you'll be saying words that are real life words. So it might be a little weird about that, just to let you know. The West
A
responds
recent
to
ultimatum by
liberals'
Russian Foreign
ultimatum.
Minister Sergei Lavrov at an OSCE session has drawn sharp responses from Western officials.
Russia has no veto over NATO enlargement. Every country
I was talking
has
about
the
the
right
budget.
to
Oh
choose
yeah,
its own path to security.
that's a touchy
US
thing in
Fox
general.
rejected Lavrov's demands.
The United States follows the principle, nothing about you without you. The open door policy remains unchanged.
The Ukrainian side made it clear that it does not accept any ultimatums from Moscow.
Position acknowledged. I should probably move my troops up. Where is... Hold on. So where is technically Russia at on the map right now from here? They're there, right? Or do they have Belarus under their thumb right now? That I don't know, because I'm not sure. Because I can see all they have right now, right here. They have a buttload of, like you said, tanks and stuff. So I think we need to move our troops up. What is this? It's got 120 grots in here, and whatever the K239 Chumu, is that a rocket truck? If that's true, that needs to be moved up. Because they're going to hit me pretty hard. What was it? They're going to be hitting me probably here. I don't know if they can get here easily. Here, for sure. There's no one here. Whoa. Hold on, that's not good. I know they're not going to get this deep. This unit needs to go here. And so does this unit. We're gonna fight we're gonna bring a huge armor unit to that unit. What are you? What do you got in you? Supply regiment. We need to bring you up there. We need to bring you right behind. I don't know if the supply... Question, Farseer, did the supply trucks actually have to be deployed, or they just need to be like a city away or something? Still need to be there. Bloody hell, is everything getting hit? Made like 3 messages already. Apparently it is. I wonder if this stream is getting a little bit bumped a little because of everything it's talking about. That's something I do have to keep an eye on. I'll see how YouTube handles what it handles afterwards. This is a fantasy game, but it's based on reality, so it's probably going to be a bit touchy in some cases. You move up there too. You need to move. Oh, well. No, because Germany's right there. They've got a German unit right there. I don't think I would have to go that way. Unless they've attacked this way. I'll leave you there for now. You're defending a major city. You can't move. These aren't my units, right? I can't tell these units to move? Yeah, no. That's, who is that actually? It's a safe faction. I'm trying to go by its flag, but I forgot what color that is. Not sure who that is. They kind of look like us, but different. If that's Russia too, then they do have control over Poland. They do, or not Poland, Belarus. So hold on one sec. So that means we have an issue over here too. That's why we're gonna need more units. You guys need to move up here. I'll probably let them have that one. You need to move. There's a train coming from this area. You need to move here for now. I gotta move everybody. We might actually have to move the units out of the major cities to just try to hold the front lines. Because if we get broke, we're not gonna have enough to hold left anyways. So, okay, this seems safe. Over here seems okay. So I'm gonna move you here, along with your unit. I don't think we need AA too much in anything. I'll move AA up here. How's Florida doing in this game? I don't even know if we can we see over there? Oh, we can. I mean, it looks like it's still there. We can't play them in the demo yet. We have to play them in the full game. Yeah, because this is Ukraine, this is Belarus. So I'm assuming, yeah, because Russia has controlled some of these territories pretty heavily, yeah, see, a lot of their stuff is way back up there in this region of them. So we need to get them out of here. We have to actually be aggressive here, technically. That's gonna be a rough take. We're gonna have to figure out where we need to deploy units. That's why we're gonna have to do this in 2 parts. Because I'm concerned where to send what units. But for now, let's let it play out. Let everyone start moving. How's production going? We're doing pretty good. Where are the T-72s? We've produced, how many did I do? 400 or something? We produced half of them, I think, now. Let me go down and, will it let me see that? It doesn't show it, though. Maybe it has to be finished completely. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Not sure how that works. Maybe because I have to deploy them, I guess? Oh, man. I already did that. What is this? Forward aid received. Nice. So how do I deploy units? Add a new brigade? Whoa. Oh. I see. Add a new brigade. Let's try to build a mechanized brigade. Add a tank company, okay. Oh, mechanized is not, that's not what we want. Cancel. Yes. How do we get infantry? Who gives me infantry? I thought mechanized would give me infantry. Did I do it wrong? Does it have to be in here? Oh, it has to be in there. But that's not the infantry I need though, that's support company. So we don't, that definitely isn't the one I need for basic infantry. I do want anti-tank, but I want to get me an infantry unit. Yeah, but it wouldn't let me do basic infantry. It was only letting me do support infantry, meaning light machine guns. So that one doesn't seem to have it. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, is that what that is? Maybe it's that. Hold on. I think that's... oh, I hit the wrong button. Come on, go back. I gotta go back. Come on, come on, come on. Screwed that up. Okay. So mechanized, and then we can add a tank platoon for them to have one. We can have icy. Okay, I missed it right there. We can have one of the. We need 2 of those. I don't know how many's in one unit. Let's get a support company in there. And an anti-tank company in there. Then two specific anti-tanks. Let's see. This game looks heavy on the C. Yeah, it crashed on me twice. It's actually heavy on the GPU, the video card. Because the reason why it crashed on me twice is because OBS in this game, before I made some changes to the graphics, can't run at the same time. So that's why I got a notification twice. Yeah, I had to start a couple of times. What do you think, Farsi? I don't know what the average size of a unit is. Does that look normal, or is that too small? What do you think it needs? Because like I said, other than maybe a reconnaissance unit. Hold on. My brain's kind of like, well, dumb. It needs some sort of recon unit, obviously. So recon company. I got one in there now. Should we have just one or more than one? Oh, it shows you what they come with if you do that. Hold on. Really? I see. I don't know if we have enough BMP. Wait, was that BMP 3? Can they get in a BMP 1? I don't have BMP 3s. Am I able to change this? I assume it's gonna automatically. it's gonna automatically use BMP-1s and other ATVs or ATVs, APCs I have. This game must be the micromanaging simulator. Just how much stuff do you have to pay attention to? Quite a lot. And that's not even the only thing. You have to play the Total War side of it too. The fighting actually takes place like Total War. Which is probably where I'm going to shine the most. That's probably where I'm going to win a lot of my victories against Russia in this game as Poland, because, well, I'm better at that than probably at this part right now. Just because I have Hearts of Iron, but since I don't play it all the time, I tend to forget all of the mechanics and details that go into it. I only got to play Call to Arms since that for a short amount of time. Which this part's more like Call to Arms and how you organize your squads. More than one to have a better view of the battlefield. Alright, should it be 2 regular recon squads? Or should I do an electronic warfare truck or a UAV squad? Probably add another tank since UA deck limited. Okay. Yeah, but doesn't that take how much tanks it takes? Does that mean it'll only take 2? I really don't know how many are in a unit either. That's another thing. I'll take a UAV squad then. We've got some UAVs. UAV squads are good for marking a sector and just passively watching it while you go in. The UAVs have to be, you have to have a few of them in there, meaning like maybe like at least 6 before they can kind of see what's going on down there. And I think they patrol around the corners, from what it looked like. When you say electronic warfare, alright, let's switch it out then. Electronic warfare to find hidden units and drones. So all 3 then. So I should have all 3 then. Okay. Hopefully we have enough troops for that. Enough stuff for that. What else do we think? Because this is like a template, so I assume I will build whole squads that have this makeup going forward if I use this unit. Oh, here we go. Now this is how you find out what they take. Oh, goodness. So, we need 824 troops for this unit. Or 24 rifles, not people. 824 rifles, 24 tanks, 70 anti-tank weapons, 24 machine guns, apparently 8 anti-air, 96 IFVs, 36 impats, 12 scout kits, 4 recon vehicles, 12 electronic warfare kits, 4 electronic warfare vehicles, 14 micro drones, and 8 mini drones. So so this unit uses 24 tanks. What do we think seeing this? Should we increase anything anywhere? I mean, this is a lot of units in this one go. But we do have like, I think 11,000 something rifles on hand. And we're making more, and we can make more easily. Right now, we're definitely not meeting, we're not above any of the stuff that we have in storage. We definitely have plenty of all of this. Just worried about not having enough, like, at least brawler tanks. I think I'm gonna opt out and do one of these. We're gonna reorganize this real quick. Support, And then one more anti-tank squad. Just to give enough regular infantry to defend the other squads. So now let's see what that's taking. 84 anti-tanks, 28 machine guns, 12 of that, 112. The IFVs is kind of high, 112 IFVs. We will need to make more impats. Whatever that is, I need to put that in production because that's going to get used up pretty quick, I guess. That must be like the javelins and the anti-tank kind of stuff. Okay. We're still only using 14 micros, 8 minis, 4 electric warfare vehicles, 12 electric warfare kits, 4 recon vehicles, 12 of those. Yeah, so the impats are the only thing that really took a huge dip in supply right there. Everything else seems pretty normal and okay. So let's try that. So I'm gonna hit train. How do I know what unit that went in? I don't know what that unit was called. I'm an idiot. I didn't look to see what it was called. Whoops. Alright, I don't know where it went. It's just called the Mechanized Brigade. Oh, I see. Oh, I get that. So that's how you do okay. So if I... Hold on. Let me go in here then real quick and look at the ones that are pre-made. So what are you? You're just a bunch of rocket artillery. You're my AA. Okay, well we definitely want to add you then. Wait, how do I train you though? Maybe it's just better to make your own. I don't... Oh, they're already deployed. I think. You can scout location. Right? That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, because they're all... Yeah, okay. So these are actually in the world. These aren't. What is this? It's just a military base. Okay. I don't know what that does. Can't click that yet. Huh. That's a supply truck. How come I can't bring these? I don't understand how this works. It seems like to me it's just easier to do your own because I don't understand how any of these do anything. And adding new brigade just creates a new one. Yeah, okay. Weird. Okay, click it, but it doesn't like have a train button. What's that? Oh, that did. You can always make a full. You can always make a full armored cavalry unit in your next brigade. That's probably what I'm gonna do, but I'm trying to understand what these pre-made ones do and how you use them. Like, what do these do, and how do you do these? These are all bases. Baza means base. See, this is a unit. Are these also deployed? I'm confused. I don't know. We're gonna go back to the map for now. Like I said, I don't expect our first campaign to be very smart, because I don't understand like some of the finer details in that menu. I think some of the I think the only thing this game's really missing is there's some quality of life issues with the UI that are just, you need to have very blatantly, like, forwardly stated buttons. And buttons that say to do certain things. Especially if you're not going to allow me to go in the settings and see what the hotkeys are and all that, which I can't do in the demo. I do think that that's a big kind of, that's the only thing I'm seeing in this game that may have an issue. Because it's going to take forever for anyone to learn it otherwise. Also, I recommend, for the developer, if there's not already one and I just missed it, a tutorial for the campaign itself. Meaning, like, to show you what these buttons on the side mean and things like that. And your commander's at the bottom right. So, yes, but the trucks are actually deployed far there. See, that doesn't really explain it. You're not really telling me anything. Because I want to point out, there's a supply truck right here. And that's one of the units I can deploy. But how do I get them out here without making a new unit? You gotta understand the question. The question is, what in the world is it to deploy something without making a brand new unit yourself? Because this unit didn't come out of nowhere. This is that one we just read. Whatever that word is, and that word, because I'm not good at Polish. So, but this is why America would have been. I do think I get why they did it, but I think US get it, considering this is a grand game and this game's going out to the whole world, and majority of the world kind of resorts to English in that kind of way, especially on the bigger areas where gaming is. I do think maybe the US would have been an easier tutorial for this game, or an easier, like, show off of what the game can really do. Because me being not able to understand what Polish means, I don't know what this even says other than logistics. I can kind of gather that from this. But I saw that name in our hangar. We have that name in our hangar. This is one of the units without allocation, as it says. But how do you deploy more? Because when I go into training queue, because that's how you over here's how you build them. This is how you get your supplies up. But all that's in my training queue is the one I just made. Where are the others? I'm not really sure. Also, there's your unit is a whole unit. Where is all your units? There. So that's both of your squadrons. So I know, okay, just by clicking things, that's how, that part's done well. The UI right here is okay. You want to know why I say that? Because from just 2 clicks, I went, okay, that has that guy's face. I click this guy. And much like Hearts of Iron, that selects all of his squads. But once again, how do we get more units that are unallocated, like this supply truck right here, who doesn't have a command unit, it's just a supply truck, to get more out of our, get them to come out of our buildings. I don't know how to explain that. Build more bridges is what I can guess. Bridges? What? What? There's no operation for bridges in here. What do you mean? I get that maybe you mean the scouts, but I can't build more scouts if I can't deploy the scout. If I can't deploy the supply truck, I can't build more bridges. If that's what you mean. And there is no option to build bridges. I don't understand what you mean. Oh, build more brigades? Yeah, but how do I... There's existing brigades, though. That just is strange that I have to do them all myself. Okay. Let's do that, then. Well, it's gonna take a second. Alright, then. The new brigade. Let's build a supply regiment, because we're gonna need that, then. We're gonna need our own if we're gonna have to do this. So... military base. These are mine. Oh, I see. Supply regiment. Why do you change its name? Uh-oh. It just lagged up. Okay, we're fine. Maybe you're not allowed to change the name right now? That's confusing. Okay. Maybe that's not in the demo yet. Wait, right there? There it is. I'm just gonna call it for now, just to be simple. Because I don't want to have to change the name too much. I just want to see how you add numbers. Supply Regimen 1. Or not. Okay. What? I'm not allowed to change it? I guess not. Maybe the demo won't let me do that yet. Okay. Well, we'll just build a supply truck then. Alright then, that? Train? I have no supply trucks. Uh-oh. Back to map. I gotta build some supply trucks. We are apparently running low on supply. We'll take 5 off of our tank builders right now. So, okay, factory. The tanks are getting built up. What is that going to be under? You? Maybe infantry. What? Am I not allowed to build supply trucks? See, now I'm like very confused. Is that the demo limiting me, or am I being an idiot? I'm not highlight it and look through the list and see if I can find supply truck. It's not on there. So how do I make more supply trucks? What? See, that's what I mean. There's gotta be something I'm not understanding. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't realize it's already late. Let's make a save for now. We're gonna have to come back to this tomorrow. I might need to look up a video of someone else playing this so I can kind of find out what's going on, because how do I get supply trucks? Do I have to buy them? BDRM Abrams. They're not there either. Yeah, there's something I'm not understanding that I'm either missing, or the demo is just limiting me in that way because it doesn't want me to grow past a certain point, probably. Because it probably wants me. To be fair, I bet you're not supposed to win that battle against Russia in the demo right now, because it doesn't want you to figure it out yet, is what I'm assuming. So maybe it's limiting me in some ways and I have to fight through in other ways. I don't really know. I see no way to make supply trucks, which means I can't do that unit. There's something at the bottom left that literally says form division. Yes, but that's not what that does, Farseer. That's to form a new command division. That's if I want to take, I'll give you an example, this already deployed supply truck who has no allocation and put him in a command unit. But that's not how you deploy units to the field. The only way to do that is through this. But I'm going to go in there and show you what it's telling me. So add new brigade. Let's go to the add new brigade section. If I can get over to it, supply regimen. And then I click military base. But look at that. I need 16 supply trucks. I have 0. Meaning this unit cannot be made. So how do I do that? So I'm not sure what to do here. 'Cause I can't train these trucks. I have 0 ability. And then if I click that, does it do anything to show me what the truck is? Well, I know how to do all that. That's how you add new army groups, yeah. I know how to do all that. That I learned in Hearts of Iron. But whatever this mechanic for building new units is different than the way Hearts of Iron is. Because normally in Hearts of Iron, okay, I'm out of trucks. I would go over to my production line window in Hearts of Iron. I'd find the truck, and I'd take a bunch of production off of my other units that are not as important right now, and produce a buttload of trucks in order to quickly produce that unit. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how do I get more trucks? How do I get... Like, obviously I can get everything that's here. But there's no supply truck on any of this list. That symbol is not even on here. So I'm not sure. Because that's what's going to keep us held back. So my only hope is just to build infantry and things like that then. Since we can't create no more supply lines, we just gotta hope for the best. I'm gonna go ahead and build 2 of these and then we're gonna end it where it is. It'll be a little over, but it's fine. I still have enough time to go eat and do my thing before we start our Halloween game tonight. Because we're gonna start around 7:38. New brigade. Let's do a... Because I didn't see too much anti-air out there, let's actually do an well, I don't think Russia has too many choppers coming at me right now, though. Especially not from the north. We need stuff for the right side. So let's create, you know what? Let's create a tank platoon. Let's get a cavalry unit to go over to the right. Because there's not as many tanks on the right side coming from Belarus as there is coming from that little territory that Russia's got its actual name on it. From their original home little spot. So, tank company. I like how we can just do this. Tank company. How many are currently? 48. We do not have enough yet. So that's also interesting. The tanks we're making are the ones that are being used. So we actually can't make this yet. So we actually can't make no new units. We don't have the supplies to do it. All the supplies we must have must be from the other countries. So how would I deploy one of their units? How do I take stuff out of storage? Yeah, there's a lot they need to improve for the Conquest campaign side of things. The gameplay is great. The concept for the Conquest is great. But there's not enough UI friendliness when it comes to what screen do I go to fix this issue? How do I bring out Abrams I clearly have storage of that are not deployed yet and put them into this tank unit? Because when I click train, it's clearly not considering all those 400 Abrams or whatever they gave us as tanks. Or or we don't have extra Challengers, but or the extra Leopards. I guess the leopards don't count in that either. It's like, what? Yeah. I'm just going to leave this for now then, because now I'm kind of starting to see, like, I think the one thing that this game's going to have an issue with is it needs to fix its user-friendliness when it comes to building a unit. And how to easily, like, when I click this tank, here's what should be right here. It shouldn't just be tank company. There should be a choice of tanks from all the tanks that I have created in my military production. That's what it should be. Because I should be able to decide, is this a unit of 12 Abrams? Or things like that? And I can't even choose it. And it's because we have no more T-72s right now. What? See, I can't change this. But yet, I know I have Abrams and Leopards in storage. Can we change these? Yeah, they need to, like, I don't know. I think they hamstringed the demo a little too hard, if I had to say. I think that they hamstringed the demo just a little too hard. Because I have stuff that I actually have available to me as Poland right now, but I'm not able to use it. So, the demo's good, but I think we're just kind of fighting towards a fight that's probably not going to win anyways. Because I don't see no choppers, except for right here. And here. Okay, so it's 2 platoons. How many are in 1 platoon? So 3 here. Three here. So let's see if we can create... We have 1 anti-air unit, but how many are in it? 3. So we're shy 3. Because we've got 3 over here in the back. But as far as frontline defense, we need more here. Because I can kind of see what I would want to do, but I'm not sure how to do it. So let's go. I want to see if I can at least create an AA brigade. Let's see. So we can create an AA brigade. We're kind of seeing what it's letting me use and what it's not by you doing this. So I want anti-artillery, anti-air artillery. SPGAA. See, that we have enough of. See, that one's doing the right thing. You see how it's pulling from the only SPAAGs we have, which are 70? That's doing the right thing. So did I build the wrong tank then? We need to go look. For me to be able to build my own units, let me go to look at production. It says it's supposed to be T-72s, but isn't that what I'm building? Where, yeah. So how is it? So how many do we have? Now. We have 14 still in storage. Supposedly. So the rifles, but there's 30, so we have no well actually it did say we had rifles in storage. I have to base this on the storage that I'm seeing to find out what it's using. Yeah, it's using grots. Okay, I thought so. So those parts make sense. But it's not letting, so okay, I'm going to point something out for the tank platoon. So I have 14 T-72s. But instead of letting me switch to, where are they? So I have that's the Black Panther, hold on. Where are they? So no, I have extra, yeah. So I have 42 Abrams in storage. How come I can't choose those? What? My brain is full of food? So yet not enough tanks to deploy, but I have 42 Abrams that could help fill in those gaps in that mixed platoon of tanks I could deploy. What? And they're considered, let me see, are they considered normal tanks? They are. They're not considered artillery, okay. Oh, and 36 Leopard. 2 A6s I some reason can't select either. Huh. Let me go back in there. There's gotta be a reason for that. Yeah, Armor Brigade. Now let's see something. There's reconnaissance, artillery, mechanized. I'm gonna put one in each section. Do any of these allow me? Oh, okay, interesting. Artillery company. We can give them anti-air reconnaissance, okay. They would be better with an electronic warfare unit. But let's see. So that's just enough tanks because I barely used any. But we don't have enough EW kits for this. Really? Because we used up all of them, I assume. Okay. And we don't have any more EW vehicles available. Yeah, I don't understand where it's pulling these numbers from, man. Well, now it's not even... Oh, yeah, it's when you add them, but you still can't change it. See, it should do it right here. When I'm adding it, still doesn't do it. Interesting. So I delete that. Delete that. Let's try this one. Delete that one. Add. But you see, weird. It doesn't start adding more of this option until the second one. Interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I definitely think maybe a little bit more like friendliness on that aspect on how to seamlessly jump between military factory changes and the ability to train and put your regiments out. So I probably can't even deploy these, can I? It's grayed out. Does that have to be unpaused? Oh, because it's not fully trained yet, that's why. But so that was the only one that will actually happen because it had just enough to do it. But that sucked up apparently all of my other stuff. Yep, we have 0 radios left, so we need to put some people on that. I don't think we need too many on that one. Let's put 3 there. So the radios are getting made. And then we would need Brens. The grots are getting replenished, but for right now, I want more Brens. Let's take 2 more out of that, do that. And that's a $2 billion plan to make all of those. So that would replace those. Just chalk it down to beta limitations. That's what we're going to do, but I want to at least get some things that may save us from the limitations for next time. That's why I want to put those into play. And we're going to need a lot... let me see what read this real quick for next time. Each level military industry building generates 1 style. Oh, that's a code. That doesn't have a text yet. Military industry capacity is style MIC points. Okay. So we have to generate something bold tip text style military industry. So I assume what that's supposed to be is a building we can't build yet. Okay. Because we should be able to increase military infrastructure as well at some point. It's probably through a choice, most likely. So, alright. Yeah, we can buy some stuff from everybody, but I'm not going to do that right now. We're already at a deficit anyways. Alright, let's make a save if we're allowed to. Save game. Yeah, just save it like that. Beautiful. Exit the menu. You're right, it's 6:13. It's time to get off here for tonight, or at least for this one for tonight. I'm gonna go get me some food, eat something, and then I'm gonna get ready for next stream. But, yeah, like I said, I like this game. This game's brilliant. It's just, I think the only missing aspect is some friendliness, but for right now, I'm gonna chalk it up like Farseer says. I'm assuming that's because it's on purpose. I'm assuming if it wasn't a demo, there'd be a supply truck in that military production tree somewhere. Or maybe it's not research. Could be that. Because we can't do research in the demo either. Think about that. So it could be that it's not been researched by Poland in the campaign in the beginning, and that would be the first thing I need to start at the very start of the campaign to make sure we have supply trucks to keep our supplies running to our troops and get things moving faster for mobile deployments and bases and things like that. So that is, and I'm assuming that's what the bases are too. Being able to build a military base but inside the military factory, because you notice there were some pre-built skirmish units that were already out there somewhere. So assuming that's also how you get new deployment zones on the campaign map, not on the battle map, but on the campaign map. So I assume that is definitely. They also don't have jets. Yeah, I didn't see jets either, but that makes sense. That I would have probably been able to easily ascertain. Well, that's just in the tech tree, and we don't have it. It just seems weird for any country not to have supply trucks of any kind. It just seems weird. But I assume, once again, that's the limit of the beta, showing you how the start of Poland is and what you'll have to kind of do, but it won't let you do it right now because it doesn't want you to go too far. Because then you kind of probably beat the Polish campaign in the demo, most likely. So, but everything else is spot on. The combat is brilliant. The total war tactics is brilliant. The use of the units in there, the kind of like call to arms, broken arrow kind of strategy type way of using them and moving them around the map and capturing stuff and stuff like that. Very brilliant. They did a fantastic job with this game in that aspect. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely awesome. It's definitely a game I will in the future. Is it coming out this month, or sadly is it after this month? If it's this month, we'll try to get it this month, and we'll try to play it if it comes out this month. But if it doesn't happen this month, it'll have to wait, sadly, until I can get back up with the things where I'm going to be. It depends on how things going. I don't have a set exact time when certain things are going to stop yet, because I haven't been contacted by the certain people yet to set everything up and to find out what my options are and availability and things like that for what I'm trying to do. So after this month, next year. Okay, well that's actually perfect then. That means we've got perfect amount of, I won't take me no year, by the way, to at least get streams back up and running. It might be PC a little longer, but as far as console, I will find a way. But, because that'll be a little easier, more ergonomical for me to get set up and not have to. It'll be on Wi-Fi, so it'll be a little slower. Our multiplayer streams won't be as constant, but we'll do things like single-player games and stuff at first. Hopefully, I'm hoping ATS comes out this month so we can kind of use it as our filler game for streams good when I start doing my my new little plan that I've got. So, but we'll talk more about that Thursday. Either way, thank you so much to everyone watching. Big shout out to Urban McFarseer for joining in tonight, and big shout out, like I said, to if you want to check this out, Systematic War by Play of Battle. definitely check out this game. This is a great little game. If you like Total War and you like Hearts of Iron, like both of them, this is your game. This game is made for literally you. Because that's why I like it. I like it because it's both of the... It's a logistic strategy game combined with a tactical, total, real-time strategy Total War game. So, it's an absolute brilliant of a game. So, by or not, my criticism is they better have a big red button. Oh, you know there's gonna... Well, maybe not with Poland, but at least not at first. But you know at least a certain somebody's probably gotta have some sort of option like that, right? At least I hope. We'll find out in the full game though at some point down the road if they have that, but you can beat the Russian invasion. Yeah, I assume you can, but I have to do it within limits of what the game is allowing me to build. That's why I'm looking to see. Now my next strategy tomorrow for this, we're gonna look to see what we can build for our brigades and what we can't. And then we're gonna only build what we can and just mass produce that. So we can keep up with the flow to try to fight off the bear. You cannot build some drag trucks this war. That's what I thought, considering I didn't see it. So I'm assuming it's in the tech tree, but that throws a person off though. I do think that they maybe should have at least let us do that. Maybe not give us all the units, but you know. Because it was a little weird. I'm like, I only get one supply truck, period? That's rude. Or one unit of supply trucks. But that's alright, though. We will try to do what we got, and we'll try to win. Like I said, where I'm going to shine is when we actually get into the fight. So alright, chat. I hope y'all enjoyed watching today's stream. This has been a really, really, really good one. I've enjoyed checking out this demo. Once again, massive shout out to this game. If you're trying to find a game like this, that's Hearts of Iron combined with Total War, check out Systematic War. It's a really great game, and it's definitely worth your time and attention. The demo's out right now if anyone else wants to try it as well. There's a bunch of skirmish battles. We'll check those out tomorrow, because I'll be out early tomorrow anyways. So we'll, before, right around lunch. So we'll be checking this out exactly around probably 3 o'clock. But I'll have already eaten food because we're going out to an early lunch tomorrow, with my church and stuff. We will be doing a much longer stream than tonight. I'm splitting the stream into 2 streams tonight. But tomorrow it will be mostly Systematic War, and we're gonna check out the other skirmish battles. Or we might just let them happen. I think what I'll do is we might just go in campaign, fast forward certain things and put us on a faster speed. Make our decisions, do our little acts of employment, build our units, train our units, and try to win. So America would have at least a mile of supply trucks following the supply trucks. Exactly. You're correct, Farseer. You're very correct. That you all have a good one, and thank you. Big shout out to Urban Mech Farseer. Big shout out to Sir Seeley for joining in tonight. The next part of the stream will be at 7:30, 8 o'clock for our beginning of our Halloween special going up towards Halloween. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining in tonight, and I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, everyone, I will see you all in our next one. Bye, everybody. Bye.